I wish you a pleasant viewing.
Roommate, M38 and I, 30F, struggling with political issues and his untreated mental illness. So obviously this is a throwaway. He knows both of my regular accounts and I do not want him to see this. I don't think he uses Reddit regularly. I'm going to start this out by saying we have just a weird relationship. I joke we're basically married because we don't have sex, but we do everything else married couples do together, I think. We've lived together upwards of 5 years. I've known him since 2009 and he's been my best friend for upwards of 12 years. There's a bit of an age gap, but he lived at home until he was in his early 30s with his parents doing everything except for laundry for him. He never had to clean the house, do his own grocery shopping or cook his own meals until he moved out. He works somewhere that requires a clearance with a master's degree, got it while living at home, rent-free with his parents, works 35 to 40 hours a week and can easily afford our apartment alone. Up until the end of 2021, I was working a retail job for 32 to 35 hours a week that was incredibly hard on my body, but I caught COVID twice in 2020 and am now disabled because of it. I use a mobility device about half the time and some days I am literally unable to walk because of the damage to my joints from my autoimmune disorders. I also have chronic fatigue as well as migraines and arthritis in my hands and whatnot, so I usually can only do so much in a day. I am on anxiety medication to help with pain, and an SSRI. He has untreated clinical depression, anxiety, and OCD and refuses to go to therapy or take medication for any of it. I've had COVID 4 times total. Yes, I'm vaxxed. I wear a KN95 everywhere, but he doesn't. And he refused to get tested 2 weeks ago when he started coughing and running a fever. I also work from home doing various freelance jobs, including writing commissions and a few other things here and there to make ends meet. We both mostly buy our own food and eat it, and I often buy him dinner/etc. or little things at the store or small gifts. He goes to work at like 7:30 a.m. and comes home at 4 o'clock. He usually sleeps between 5 to 10 p.m. and gets up around 11 and will stay up until about 4 to 5 a.m. I work nights, so I usually wake up between 12 p.m. and go to sleep around 3 to 4 a.m. One of his big OCD traits is that he has to check every door in the house. The oven, his car, the doors again, etc., and all of this takes about 30 minutes to an hour. About a month ago, he told me he was going to bed at midnight, which meant he expected me to stop working in the living room, where my computer is, and go stay in my room for the rest of the night so that his ritual didn't get undid, or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't have OCD, so I hope I'm not being insensitive with my language here. He refuses to go on medication, he refuses to get counseling. But basically, up until very recently, he just expected me to bow to whichever whim his OCD wanted, and that included being confined to my room whenever he decided to go to bed. So now, he just stays up all night with me and doesn't understand that I'm working. He is a straight white right-leaning cis dude while I am a queer, disabled, autistic, chronically ill woman, so I am very much somewhere left/liberal. I shared a post this week on my Instagram, which he follows, about a left-leaning protest at our local college for one of the big people in Turning Point USA. He proceeded to bring that up in an argument that we had last night, straight up saying that the First Amendment means that you can say whatever you want without fear of being beaten up, and fascists beat people up for free speech. And I lost it, holy shit. I think it's time for me to leave, but at the same time, advice would be appreciated. I do not have family, but I have a few $1,000s tucked away for an emergency. I just feel absolutely lost.